What's up, everybody? It's Smooth T. We back again. As we speak, Sammy is boarding a plane. He's on his way back to New York City from the Houston area, which is pretty cool. Can't wait to sit down and talk to him about that. Today is October 25th, 2021. We got a few topics we could talk about. Obviously, the first one that I'm gonna want to talk about is the horrible, despicable display that the New York Jets put on yesterday at 1 o'clock Eastern time against the New England Patriots team that is not that good, but obviously is getting better and is definitely better than us. So that's the deal. Zach Wilson went in, came out with a knee injury. I mean, it was just a horrible game. And coming off a bye week, that's probably not what you want to get going, especially what they did. I mean, once again, I said last week, if the Jets score a touchdown in the first quarter, they'd win the game. But they didn't score a touchdown in the first quarter. So that ended the victory, which the final score, let me just get to you the final score. The Patriots scored 54 points while the Jets scored 13. Very horrible. I mean, the defense, New England pretty much scored on every single possession, either a touchdown or a field goal. It just seems to me that Bill Belichick, if you took all the combined coaching years of all our head coaches on the Jets, if you combine all their years, they probably won't beat Bill Belichick's years. That's how deep this is going. What Belichick and the Patriots did is what they normally do. I would do the same. I mean, if I was a veteran head coach in a division and I'm playing a rookie head coach, I'm going to let this rookie head coach know what he just stepped into, you know? And Robert Saleh, he knows now, especially last night when he didn't sleep, that, yo, I'm in a division where we need to get some stuff going. Now, real quick, everybody's young. You got a young squad, which is what I like. I mean, I like exactly, when it comes to football, I like exactly how they did it. You bring in the rookie coach. Rookie coach drafts his quarterback. Rookie coach starts to draft the linemen, offensive linemen, to protect the quarterback. You bring in some guys. You got the free agents like Carl Lawson. You got this season, you got next season. So as time goes on, you start to realize, okay, we're going to put a veteran in this spot. We're going to put a veteran in this spot. We're going to put a veteran in this spot. Those veterans in those particular spots will be able to manage that particular area. So let's say on defense, we got CJ Mosley. Mosley's going to control the defensive line, the linebackers. So you put veterans for next season in positions where they control the team. So Mosley, cornerback, you get one veteran quarterback. You want to get a bunch of rookies. The veteran quarterback takes care of the rookies. Same thing with the safety. What I think the Jets are going to have to do now, with Becton and Vera Tucker on our left side, we're going to have to do something on the right-hand side now. Bring in the guys you want. Draft them if you want. You're going to get high draft picks. Seattle lost Russell Wilson, right? So they're not going to have the greatest schedule, and we got their number one pick. So you got our number one pick. You got their number one pick. I think we got a number one pick from the Panthers, who are now dropping as well. And then all those picks you're bringing together, you bring in more offensive linemen, more young guys that you can keep, you can grow. Offensive linemen, the receivers are fine. Keep the receivers, that's good. Because Corey Davis is your veteran receiver, and then you got the young guys that are behind him. You bring in a running back. I would bring in a running back. It's hard to bring in a veteran running back, so you want to draft a high running back now. I would definitely draft a running back high. Now, offensive lineman, running back, I would draft. The reason why I wouldn't draft defensive players up high is because with Robert Saleh being a defensive-oriented coach, you can get those players later. Defense should come quicker than the offense, right? So you bring in the offensive guys now. You got to bring them all in right now. So to be honest with you, I love my quarterback. I love the guys on the left side, guys on the right side. It's gonna have to move around, change up a little bit, get those guys solid, right? Get yourself a running back as a star player. Keep the guys you got now. Just bring in another one, you know, and then you run with that team for the next 3 years. So you got first year, this one goes away, drafting more players, bring in the offensive line, bring in a better running back, get your defense set up, and then that's year 2. And then you got 2 years after that, hopefully 3 years after that. And then we're going to start making some noise. That's the biggest problem to me with the Jets is there's no organization. So you can't bring in players, move players out, move players in, move players out, move players in when your organization is not that tight. So let's do that, guys. Let's draft more offensive linemen, get ourselves a running back, solidify the defense the best you can, and then we go on from there. The Jets now play the Cincinnati Bengals. They're 5-2. They're a good team. So they're probably going to lose that game again. But like I said, it's really not about winning or losing right now for the Jets. It's really more about building, getting better every game, getting better. Right now, we're back to 0. You know, with the performance that went on last week. I shouldn't even say last week because they didn't play last week. I want to say with the performance that came on yesterday, we're back to square one. We're back to 0. Next, we're going to go into the Giants and the Panthers. I didn't watch that game a whole lot, but the Giants did come out with the win. They actually won that game 25-3, which most of the game it was 3-2, 5-3. I think it was 5-3 most of the game. And then towards the end of the game, the Giants pulled through. Well, what does that show? Does that show that the Giants are getting better or the Panthers are getting worse? Well, the Panthers they started off very good. They had a great defense. Their quarterback was doing pretty good. Their quarterback used to be our quarterback. But now it seems like they're trying to get into the trade for Deshaun Watson. So what's that all about? You just traded for Sam Darnold, and now you're trying to trade for Deshaun Watson. Well, it's between the Panthers and the Dolphins that get Deshaun Watson if he becomes tradable. And my opinion is go to the Panthers, don't go to the Dolphins because they're in our division and we're still rebuilding. All right, I'm lying. You could go wherever you want to go. You know, great players, it don't matter who they play against. Great players just know that when the time comes, they're going to be ready. And that's what you need to be, ready. I mean, you got a bunch of people out there playing football. One team was better than another team, but they still lose. It's just because the other team was just ready to go. You know, you got to be ready at that time, at that moment. Just like me now. Every Monday at 6 or 7:30, I'm going to be here, you know, because I want to be here. I want to do this, you know, and I know it's going to start off slow, you know, but it's not going to get better until I continue to build. And that's what I do. So I appreciate you guys that come through. I also appreciate the ones that don't, because the ones that don't just makes me, okay, now I got to work harder to see if I can get these guys in here. You know what I'm saying? But that's the deal. All right. Now we're going to get into some NBA news. Haha. This is a fun one because this past Tuesday, the NBA started again. That's great. Tuesday was 2 games. The Nets played the Bucks. The Warriors played the Lakers. The Bucks beat the Nets 127-104. The Lakers lost to the Warriors 121-114. I watched both of those games. Both of those games was great. The Nets are without Kyrie Irving, who right now is not playing because he refuses to take the vaccine, which is totally understandable. And but you know, in situations like that, well, you'd rather have him out now than the end of the season. So hopefully between now and the end of the season, he comes back on the court. These guys start winning. They get into the playoffs. They probably won't be the seed that they should be. So they're gonna have to get a harder schedule going into the finals, but still. Then you got the Warriors that played in LA. They won 121-114. And I'm going to tell you something right now. That man, number 30 on Golden State, by the name of Steph Curry, look out for that guy. That guy looked like he's about to do something special. So I'll be watching the Golden State Warriors just because of him. And Klay Thompson's not back yet. So wait till Klay Thompson gets back. And then that team's going to be something special. As far as the Lakers, like I tell people, I'm going to tell you right now, they're a suspect with their jump shooting. They do not have. See, people, I say, oh, so-and-so can't shoot, but then they make a jump shot. People could make a jump shot. That doesn't make them shooters. See what I'm saying? Russell Westbrook is not a shooter. Okay? So he doesn't fit in the LeBron James system. You can't put Westbrook in there with Rondo because they're not shooters. They can make a shot. You know, if you give Russell Westbrook 12 shots, he's probably going to make 7 of them. But a shooter shoots better than 50% from the field. If you're a shooter, if you shoot the ball, you know, you just don't have enough shooters, man. And then, you know, yesterday, well, let me not get into that right now. I'll get into that later. So that's my thing. They don't have jump shooters. They don't have free throw shooters. So at the end of games, you could beat them. You send the proper people to the free throw line. You get the proper people to shoot the shot when the shot clock goes down, and you're gonna get these guys in some trouble. No, Wednesday everybody else played, and I'm gonna get into the Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic played in San Antonio. They lost 123-97. It's a tough game. It's a bunch of young rookies that went in there for the first time. So they were probably a little nervous. So good, I get it. They didn't play particularly well, and the Spurs, which once again has a Bill Belichick type coach in the NBA, then took the Magic out opening night. No problem. Now that Knicks and Celtics game, the Knicks played the Celtics. They played in New York City. The game was 138 to 134. It went into double overtime. That was a game of the ages. They were just hitting shots. It was good. Towards the end of that game, it was really good. They were making threes upon threes, both teams going back and forth. It was a lot of fun. I know it was a lot of fun for the people that were at the Garden. I feel happy for the people at the Garden because they don't get those type of games a lot often, but I think they will this year. So the Knicks are going to be a very good, fun team to watch as well. Well, guess what? On Friday, they played the Magic. Haha, that's my team, right? I got the Magic mostly, and the Heat a little bit. But right now, we're going to go into this Knicks Magic game. I did watch the game on Friday. The Knicks, after having an exceptional double overtime win against the Celtics, came into Orlando and said, hey, you know what? This is a bunch of young kids. Let's go in here and take them out. Not only that, the good thing about New York is anywhere you go, anywhere, when a New York team plays, there's going to be a lot of people in the crowd rooting for them on the road. So you can hear all the Knicks fans, and I've had season tickets to the Magic forever. I've heard those Knicks fans in and out all the time. I mean, they just fill up the stadium and get loud and crazy, and I like it. It's cool, especially when we were able to beat them. So the Magic had the Knicks come into Orlando and whip their butt, but the good thing about that is they played a home at home. So Sunday, both teams then now go fly to New York City and they play in New York. Cole Anthony, member of the Magic, he's from the area. He had his mom sitting there in Spike Lee's seat, cheering him on. What a scenario where a parent is in the stands cheering on their kid. I wonder how that feels. So she's there and she's rooting him on, and Cole Anthony ends up with the high of the game. Cole Anthony gets 29 points, so he has a team high because Julius Randle scored 30. and then everybody else chipped in. Wagner had 10. Jalen Suggs, the rookie, had 11. Terrence Ross, he was the hot guy in the second half. He had 22 coming off the bench. So Cole Anthony started the game off hot. Terrence Ross ended the game off hot. And the guys came out with a victory. So the Knicks came to Orlando and beats Orlando, and then Orlando goes to New York and beats them there. So I like that. I like that. You know, it's a good young team. Guys got to play hard. You got a rookie coach once again. So you got a rookie coach with a rookie system, a bunch of young kids. So, but this is what I would do. This is what I would do. Okay. Especially when you got a bunch of young kids like they do in on the Orlando Magic. I would say, okay, the first person to make a basket, Mo Bamba, makes the first basket of the game. Go back to him a second time. Let him either score or assist. The next person that scores, go to that person. And keep going to the person that scored before. Because you know, when you're young and you do something good, you feel good about it. You feel great. It's like, you know, you make a basket, you feel good. You make a defensive play, you feel good. So my thing is, instead of the next teammate trying to one up the one that just scored, let the one that just scored create again. You see? I think that would keep other players in mind. Okay, you know what? I could be the next one in line. And then you get the shot. You make the shot. You know the ball's going to come to you again. So now you're confident because you know, hey, you know what? I just made a basket. My coach just said, whoever makes the basket, we're going to go to you again. So you're going to go to me again. Let's make another good play. And we continue to make good plays. I think that's a good philosophy for a young team in the NBA. You know, instead of like one player making a shot and then the other player is like, oh, I want to make a shot too. And then they try to make a shot, but they go away from the offense and go on their own and try to do something on their own because one of their teammates did something good and now they're going to get credit for it. I would do that. You know, Cole Anthony makes a shot, go back to Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony passes it to Jalen Suggs. He makes the shot, you go to Jalen Suggs and just keep going like that. I think that's a good opening season philosophy for a young team like the Orlando Magic. It'll be an exciting team to watch. Just a bunch of young kids going out there. You don't know what to expect. They're trying to create an identity for themselves. Right now, it looks like they're a pretty good defensive team. They got some big guys down there. Trying to get some shots up, some threes. So once they get to learn to play together and feel more confident being around each other, I think the Orlando Magic is going to be a fun team to watch. They're not going to win a lot of games, but they'll be very fun to watch. Unlike the Jets on Sunday. I couldn't watch that. Fourth quarter, man, I was out. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Let me go. No, I got about a half an hour. Let me go do something else with it. And that's hard because I don't ever do that. I from the kickoff to the end of the buzzer in the fourth quarter is usually when I watch my Jets games. But that game on Sunday was so bad, I just couldn't do it. Okay. The thing about me is, you know, I'm in a situation right now, man. Anything is possible, obviously, right? But you gotta find the people that want to do what it is you're thinking about. You know, so like let's say, you know, you want to be a dancer, but you got to hang out with people who dance. They're gonna give you some insight. They're gonna give you information. They're gonna be able to, you'll be able to give them some insight and information. You'll be able to go back and forth on some things, and you know whatever preparation it is for you to dance, to do whatever you got to do, you're both gonna enjoy it. So I'm at a point where you know I'm doing things, constantly doing things differently, trying to figure out new things. No, just having fun with life. Let's go back to the verses real quick. So you got a lot of people online. They talking about you know the verses, KRS One, Big Daddy Kane. Then they start going into, oh, this one did this one did that. You know, oh, this one came out with this one came out with that. Then it started getting into this one won, this one lost, this one took this one out, this one. Listen, okay, you got to put yourself in your shoes of someone who wins. If we're gonna run a race, we're gonna start at the same spot, and then someone's gonna say go or whatever the sound, and then you're gonna go, and whoever reaches the finish line first, right, wins, right? Okay, for you to get to the finish line, you got to take a step. After one step, you got to take another step, and you got to continue to take steps until you get to the finish line, right? If you look at the verses, there were times where when Kane did one song, KRS did two, and they were hits. See, and that's what I'm saying. The reason why you won't be able to beat this guy, KRS-One, is not because he's a better performer, even though I don't think he is. His shows are not as good. No, his shows are way better. Kane is the dancing type, smooth operator, pimp. That's why going up against KRS-One probably wasn't the best thing, but for hip hop, it was the best thing. But it wasn't the best thing because of the styles. But Kane came out with one song, KRS-One did two. Kane came out with a freestyle, KRS did two. Like, he outdid Kane in almost every situation. To me, that makes that person the winner. He took more steps. He took faster steps. He was even in control of the whole thing. When people were like, yo, we're going to do this. He was like, nah, you stay in your place. So let's break down the Orlando Magic roster, shall we? So right now, the Orlando Magic is sitting 12th in the Eastern Conference with a 1-2 record. After 3 games, yeah, I guess I'm very tied up. 0-1 at home, 1-1 away. And of course, the one win was in New York yesterday. Let's break down this roster. You got E'Twaun Moore. E'Twaun Moore was on the Magic before when he was younger, when Dwight Howard left, and that new team that came in had Vucevic and everybody else. E'Twaun Moore was on that team, so I remember him. Robin Lopez. Robin Lopez is the vet. He's going to keep the team in order. Things get out of whack. He might be one of those guys to be like, hey, guys, settle down. Terrence Ross, that's the man coming off the bench, shooting the threes. I don't know his role in the future, but what I do believe is if this team continues to not win games during this season, Terrence Ross will probably not be on the roster. He's just too good of a player to be put on a rebuilding team. That's my opinion. Terrence Ross would look good. Damn, he would look good in a lot of teams. The Knicks is one of them. He'd look really good on the Knicks. Michael Carter Williams, is he even playing? I think he's hurt. I haven't heard his name in the last 3 games. Gary Harris, I think he plays 6'4" guard. Jonathan Isaac, he's out. He hasn't played. I don't even know if he's going to come back. But if he does, he'll be one of the older players on this team that will be actually playing in games. But he just cannot stay healthy, so I don't really know where he's going. Markelle Fultz, he's another one. You know, in the beginning of the season, he got drafted by Philly. Couldn't get things going over there. The Magic trade for him. He starts to become looking like he was promising, ready to go. And then he gets hurt. So he's out. I don't know when. I don't know right now the turntable for him coming back. But he's another older statesman on the team, as young as he is. Wendell Carter Jr., that we got in the trade for Chicago when we traded Vucevic over there. I kind of like him, being a young fella, 6'10", 270. I think he's going to be promising. Moritz Wagner, which is the older brother of the other Wagner brother that we drafted. I don't know his name. Franz. I think his name is Franz Wagner. Moritz Wagner, 6'11", another big guy, 245 pounds. So we can take him. You know, he shoots from the outside. We'll see. I don't know too much about him. Mo Bamba, I remember when they drafted him, 7-footer. So see, the Magic got some big dudes, some big young kids. Mo Bamba's been in the league for 3 years, been on the Magic for 3 years. I think it's 3 seasons now. Mo Bamba, 7 foot, 231. I do like him. I like him a lot. Just keep playing, brother. Keep getting better. You know who Mo Bamba needs right now? Mo Bamba needs the trainer that trained Dwight when Dwight got drafted by the Magic straight out of high school, because whoever trained Dwight and got him beefed up, good job. You did a good job with Dwight. This name I'm gonna mess up. Ignas Brazdi, I don't know. But this guy, he's 6'6", 221. I don't know too much about him. Chuma Okeke got drafted by the Magic. He was the one that got hurt in college. He's very promising, got hurt in college, so it's gonna take him some time to heal and then get back into the swing of things. So he has a promising upside. RJ Hampton, he's another one. I think we got him from Denver, from the trade with Aaron Gordon. He seems promising. He's another 6'4" guard. I didn't think he did particularly well in the win against the Knicks, but he was trying. He was taking it to the hole. He was trying to get his shots up. So I'll check out RJ Hampton and see how far he can go. Cole Anthony, he's another one. Rookie from last year, did pretty well last year. Did pretty well in the win against the Knicks. So it seems like for the Magic to want to win games, Cole Anthony's going to have to be up there. And I have faith in Cole Anthony. I do like him. And like I said, his dad is Greg Anthony. So he was okay. Went to UNLV, was on that Running Rebels team that did pretty well in college, but didn't win the chip. Franz Wagner, he's another rookie that the Magic drafted high up, 6'10", 220. So I got to take a look at him and see how well he does during the season. I'll be following him. Then you got Jalen Suggs. He was the 5th pick. So Wagner was the 8th. Suggs was the 5th. Those are the two players that the Magic drafted this year. So I got to watch them. So you got Suggs, Wagner, Cole Anthony, Okeke, Gary Harris, Wendell Carter Jr. That's the one I was missing. So Wendell Carter Jr. and all of them young kids, play some defense, get those shots up. Don't be afraid. You guys have an exciting season. Let's go to the Miami Heat. Now, the Miami Heat, my season tickets with the Heat. Well, today, the Magic played the Heat. But let's check the roster. So this Heat team got Bam Adebayo. I remember him. When I had the season tickets, it was Dwayne Wade's last year. Bam Adebayo was on the team, and now he's the man on the team. I like Bam. Bam is doing very good. Then you got Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, of course, we know what he can do. Dwayne Dedman. He played on the Magic. I remember Dwayne Dedman. He played on the Magic, and he's going to be a pretty good defensive guy. Udonis Haslem is still on the team. Unbelievable. But he's one of those team guys. He's been on the Heat pretty much his whole career. I think he's been on the Heat all 3 championship seasons. So he's doing okay for himself. Tyler Herro, you know what he can do. He's going to be pretty exciting to watch this year. Kyle Lowry, we know what he can do. He's a veteran. He's got that chip from Toronto a couple years ago. He's going to do his thing. Markieff Morris, we know what he can do. I don't know his name, but number 11 on the Heat. I don't know who he is, so I'll watch. Victor Oladipo, definitely know who he is. Got drafted by the Magic when I still had my season tickets. He's been injured a lot, but we'll see how much playing time he gets and how much he can contribute to this Heat team. Duncan Robinson, we know what he can do. He's a very good outside shooter, pretty good on defense. Max Sturz, don't know who that is. PJ Tucker, we know who that is. Another defender, can shoot the corner 3 very well. That's what he did for the Milwaukee Bucks last year, and they won that championship. So we'll be following him as well. So the Heat got a lot of veteran players. They got a veteran coach. They got a veteran president in Pat Riley. And the Heat are a type of team that never wants to rebuild. They always want to go for it. Even though sometimes the season doesn't end up the way they want it to, but since Pat Riley was there, very rarely did they go into a rebuild mode. And today, these guys get to play each other. Okay. Got some breaking news here for the Jets. The Eagles are trading veteran quarterback Joe Flacco to the New York Jets in exchange for an additional 6th-round pick that could possibly be a 5th-rounder based on playing time for Flacco. The deal comes on the same day, and MRI revealed the Jets quarterback Zach Wilson has a sprained PCL, and he'll be sidelined for 2 to 4 weeks. He was injured in the second quarter of the New York Jets' 54-13 loss to the Patriots Sunday when he was hit by Patriots linebacker Matt Judon. So what do I think about Joe Flacco to the Jets? Zach Wilson's going to be out 2 to 4 weeks. If I was them, I'll keep Zach Wilson out for the rest of the season. If you're going to bring in Joe Flacco, you might as well bring him in and let him play. The reason why is because he will better understand how to throw that football for Zach Wilson. And what I'm trying to say is, they could have traded him for a 6th-round pick, which might go to a 5th-round pick, depending on playing time. But for that, why they just didn't sign Cam Newton? Cam Newton's out there. We could have signed Cam Newton for nothing and kept our picks. The only reason why I think they're bringing in Joe Flacco is because Joe Flacco was there last year. So Joe Flacco's a little familiar with the organization, and the organization's a little bit more familiar with him than Cam Newton. But I would have saved all my draft picks because we're going to need them. And I would have just signed Cam Newton and went with him. It's not like you're trying to really win games with Flacco. But bringing in Flacco, Zach Wilson will be able to watch some tape on how Flacco gets rid of the ball, because that is one of the biggest problems with rookie quarterbacks. They can't get rid of the ball. So with Joe Flacco coming in, they might be able to get rid of the ball quicker, number one. Number two, with Joe Flacco coming in, he might be a better offensive coordinator than LaFleur. And I'm not saying it because LaFleur is not good. LaFleur is good, but he's not as experienced as Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, remember, he has won a Super Bowl. He's a Super Bowl champion. So he's been there. He's been to that pinnacle and went over it. So with Flacco being there, he might be able to give a little bit more offensive insights to LaFleur. Remember, we had a offensive coordinator, Coach Cap, who, rest his soul, passed away before the season started. And that put a big dent in our offense, because you would have had an experienced offensive coordinator coming in to deal with these young rookies. But now, because of what happened with him, we have a rookie offensive coordinator coming in with these rookies. And a lot of the commentators on TV, they're saying it. They're like, yo, the plays that they're running is high school plays. There's one thing to protect your young kids, but then it's another thing to let your young kids into the cage to fight the lion, because eventually they're going to have to do it, And I think that when you become a professional, protecting goes out the window. Go out there, learn your stuff, get your stuff done. So I'm thinking Joe Flacco will come in. He's gonna teach those young quarterbacks how to throw that football. And I don't mean like angles or length. I'm talking about hike 1, 2, gone. Hike 1, 2, 3, gone. Hike 1, 2, 3, 4, gone. That's what I mean. That's what I think Zach Wilson is missing. Someone to tell him, yo, you're holding the ball too long. You hold it too long, this is what happens. You get hit. Gotta hike, count, throw, unless you plan on running. Speaking of that, all goes back to what I said in the beginning. You draft a rookie quarterback high, you practice screens and bootlegs. You get that guy running around all over the place. You get the offensive line moving around all over the place, because developing a screen in a football game and developing a play with a bootleg, for me, would be the easiest thing to do. To me, and I'm not a football coach, but just from my experience, You bring in a rookie quarterback. You bring in some rookie offensive linemen. You bring in some rookie receivers. I would focus on screens and bootlegs the entire preseason. Screens and bootlegs. Screens and bootlegs. See? Because you want to perfect that. A lot of teams, they're gonna blitz the quarterback because he's a rookie. He doesn't know much. So you put him in screens and you put him in bootlegs. I don't think the Jets did enough screens and bootleg practices for Zach Wilson. But that's it. We got a 36-year-old Flacco. He's 98-77 as a starter. See, so he's been around the block. He's 10-5 in the playoffs. Completed 61% of his passes, 40,931 yards, 224 touchdowns, 144 interceptions, 84.1 passer rating. So it's not too bad. I mean, Joe Flacco is not too bad. He's still got some stuff left. So we keep him as our backup now for the next 4 or 5 years. Oh, he's 36. So you figure 2, maybe 3 years. I would go with 3 years. I say we can go for 3 years. We can keep a 36-year-old quarterback backup for 3 years. Got some more news. Deshaun Watson's open to trade destinations besides the Dolphins. So Deshaun Watson, who is the quarterback on the Texans that's having outside football issues with some females coming out saying that he's done some things to them while getting massages and stuff like that. Don't want to get too deep into that part. He's got a no trade clause in his contract, but he's willing to consider options and places to go. Multiple teams are interested in Watson, and although his interest in joining the Dolphins has become a worst-kept secret, the source disputed the notion that it is simply Miami or bust. So it seems like the only team Deshaun Watson wants to go to is the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins remain a strong contender to land Watson in a trade, but he will consider potential options as they come because his primary goal is to get out of Houston. So they're looking at Carolina Panthers, who are evaluating their pursuit of a franchise quarterback after Sunday's ugly 25-3 loss to the Giants. So right now it's just between Carolina and the Miami Dolphins. The trade deadline is November 2nd at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So the Panthers traded 2nd, 4th, and 6th round picks for Sam Darnold. So if the Panthers keep losing, the 2nd, 4th, and 5th round picks will be pretty high. So I got to make sure that when these Panthers play that they lose, because the more they lose, the better we get. Same thing with the Seattle Seahawks. They traded for Jamal Adams. We get another number 1 pick this year from them. And with Russell Wilson being out, that might help our draft pick. During the Giants game, Sam Darnold got benched. I got some news here about my boy MJ. Michael Jordan game 1 rookie sneakers sell for a record $1.47 million. A pair of game 1 Michael Jordan sneakers from his rookie season sold for $1.472 million to high-end card collector Nick Fioriella. On Sunday, the sneakers were donned in Jordan's 5th NBA game, a 17.5 rebound, 5 assist game against the Denver Nuggets. Photo matching. All right. So that's where we at. Yo. What's up, Jay?
Hey.
What's up? Welcome to 21 and Up.
21 and Up.
That's right. We're about to play some 21 right now.
All right.
What's good? How's your day going?
Amazing. Winding down right now.
Winding it down?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So last week and this week, we were talking about the verses. What you want to get into? Anything else you want to talk about before you want to start?
I guess we could go there.
All right. So
I saw
so
some of it. I didn't see the whole battle rap, but I did see your whole show. I watched it from beginning to the end.
oh, you did?
Yeah,
It was good, right?
yeah.
It
It
was
was
all
one
right.
that's getting better and better.
Right. That's where we at right now. We building.
All
We
right.
building. So thank you.
All right.
Appreciate that. I think it's got like 19 views.
Oh snap!
Oh, yo, no, I'm
Oh,
talking about the yeah, like more people watched it. So
oh
so
snap!
so
It's,
so
it's
go
me
ahead.
and Maria. We keep watching it over and over. She watches it one time. I watch it another. Then she watches it. Then I watch it. It's a plan, bro.
Hey, you need a plan, right? For everything, right?
All right.
No, but now like if you watch the videos I have now, there's no descriptions, there's no tags, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm learning now. I'm learning how
All
to,
right.
put in the right descriptions, put in the right tags, and start building on that so that more people it can spread out more to more people.
I want the J Parang. I want it to be like spinning when it comes like you did something with Rob's name. You went Robert Babylonia. I was like, oh snap! I want mine to like sparkle or something, blink.
Okay, I can do that.
All right.
But okay, so you didn't see the whole verses, you said, huh?
I didn't see the whole verses, but I saw like cuts here and there.
Okay, well, what did you hear about it?
People were just telling me what they thought that I mean, some people really didn't even care. Most people didn't care. But the people who like the old school hip hop and stuff, I mean, I think it was a KRS-One landslide. It wasn't even close.
Oh, okay. Is that what you heard, or is that from what you saw?
I mean, that's what I feel. Like just there was so much meat to what KRS-One says, you know? There's a lot to chew on.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let me find.
You heard the next verses is gonna be Joe Biden against Trump in the next rap verses.
Why?
Because Trump is gonna beat him again.
So, all right. So you're very big on politics, are you?
Kind of sort. I'm a business owner. So
Okay. So what do you think
bottom
about?
line is protected.
Because I know you talk about you come on and you mention Trump and Biden a lot. So what's the deal? What's going on with that?
That's my catering order.
What?
The pig I just showed you in the oven.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you do with that? You pull it out, you chop it up, and then you you
Yeah,
just
pretty much. It's gonna be cooking for the next 6 hours.
oh wow. So you're gonna be there for
I'm
the
in the
next
restaurant.
yeah. So you're gonna be there for the next 6 hours?
Yeah, pretty much.
What's your day normally? Like what do you do during the day? You get up what time?
So I wake up at 5:15 every morning. 4 mornings out of the week I train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And then
Is that the place right next door?
it used to be. It
Oh.
used to be. Now we've gotten so big that we're in a different building.
Oh, nice.
But,
That's good.
So I train for four out of the 5 days of the week. I train jujitsu, and then I come to work and I'm cooking and running my business.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I mean,
Yeah.
people might want to know, James Pagan's daily routine. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I do.
Hey, you know what? And how long you been doing it so far?
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for 12 years.
Oh wow.
I've been a martial artist for 25 years.
Oh, okay.
You
Okay.
know?
Okay. And is that something that you do, or you're part of that business aspect too?
No,
Like, is
I
that a
just
part of your
it's
business?
my hobby.
It's your hobby.
It's,
Okay.
it's not my business. Yeah.
So the only business you have right now is Vita
It's
365.
5. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Our restaurant, our online mineral business. That's what we do.
Okay. And like, what things you got coming up in the future? Like any new things coming up?
Well, actually, yes. So I'm going to be marketing a solarized oven. So I've friended a group of inventors, right? Or some people may call them conspiracy theorists, right? That being said, right? So they're expecting a major attack on our power grid, right? So we're not going to have the ability to communicate, via phone, electricity, and all this. So this is what we're doing. We're creating almost like a solarized crock pot. So we'll be able to put food into this solarized oven, and then you place it in the sun, and the UV lights cook the food. So your food is solarized. So that's something a group of inventors and myself are trying to put together so we can market that product.
All right, now, do I need to put a non-disclosure agreement on this here so that people don't watch this, and the 10 people that are going to watch this, they won't take your idea?
It's all right. I'm good. We got the inventors already have patents.
Awesome. Well, that's good because I'm in an RV, man. So if I got gasoline,
That's on the
I'm good to
horizon.
go. Yeah.
No?
I hear that. No doubt, man. That sounds really good. I mean, to be honest with you, the electric route or the solar powered route, that's the wave of the future. These new RVs, when they come out, they got a bunch of solar panels on top of their hoods, on their roofs and stuff.
Because they've made so many advances with the battery systems.
Yeah.
That's what's making it. I mean,
compact.
It seems like there's a future there. It's just that the battery itself, once it's unable to be used, I mean, what we don't know is how much damage is that going to cause. Just the same way they say, like, the oil business and coal and our energy and how we're dependent on antiquated methods. I mean, not to say that new ones aren't going to be better, but it's going to be hard to change.
Right. That's good, man. At least like your mindset is on trying to do things to help the future of our planet. Because like you said, and I'm a huge conspiracy guy. If things like that happen.
On the pale white horse. That's where it all started.
That's where it all started with me, man. And if you saw the library of books I had after that, man. So when people start talking about stuff around me, I stay quiet. I'm like, I ain't getting into this because I'll get conspiracy headed, and then I'll just look like an idiot, like some crazy dude.
It's not for everybody.
Well, it's not for everybody until it hits them in the face, and then they're shocked. I mean, because to me, it's not about, if that happens, it's about if it happens, it's not shocking. Like I'm not like, oh shit, like in the building I work at, Jay. I went to work last night, and someone in the building committed suicide in the parking lot.
Oh, they jumped?
Nah, they shot themselves.
In the car?
Nah, next to their car. So their car was parked in the parking lot, and they in a corner, and then they found his body slumped over in the same corner where his car was. And so when I get to work, everybody's like, in panic mode. Oh my God. And I'm looking at them like, hello, it's the holiday season. People think about killing themselves around this time all the time.
Those are demonic spirits that enter people's bodies, bro.
Well, if that's how you see it, hey, I can't knock you for it. You know what I mean? But that could be it. But still in all, it's the holiday season. People get tense. They get stressed out. They want to provide for their families, with gifts and stuff.
I ain't worried about being politically correct. It's a demon.
So everything that goes wrong, the demons did it, huh, Jay?
That's right.
But my thing was, a lot of people were shocked. And I know we're from the Bronx, so we've seen that all day long. People getting killed, stuff like that. So it's not that shocking to me. Here's the pig, guys. Is that a vegan pig?
No, it's not, man. But I got a really good client, and she asked me to do pulled pork, You know, I am in the South, so they love this stuff.
I know us vegans, when we do pulled pork, we use jackfruit.
Oh snap! You know, jackfruit is not on the Dr. Sabi list.
No. Well, I
All
don't eat
right.
it that often, but I know when they do pulled pork items, it's usually based on jackfruit. I'm upset,
Yes.
bro, because I can't find my verses what I
You
wrote
know,
down. Yeah, I
yeah,
don't understand. I'm really
you
upset
know,
because we really could have got into it.
yeah.
Because I had it all written down, and then
I didn't realize how much more of a fan I was of KRS-One to when, I mean, his compilation of hits is just ridiculous.
and
It's,
that's what I try to tell people. Like when Kane did one song, KRS did two. You know what I mean? When Kane did one freestyle, KRS did two freestyles. And yo, KRS even said it doing it. He was like, yo, y'all running out of fucking records. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens with KRS-One. You go up against him like that, you just gonna you're gonna run out of records.
yeah, you know. Where's Sam and Rob Boogie?
Okay, Rob, I don't know. Sam, I can't post it now. I'll post it since you mentioned it. They actually, Sam and Manny, first of all, Manny was at the fucking verses.
All right.
He was there. But Sammy and Manny flew to Houston for the race. But while they were down there, they met up with George.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So they sent me a picture. So I'll probably post it in here. So right
Oh,
now they're on the plane flying from Houston back to New York City.
okay.
So that's
What
why
race
he's not
did
here.
they go see?
Sam's into F1 now. He loves that F1 racing.
What, the Formula One?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
I found it.
I was doing that in 2000. I was the chef at the Daytona 500.
Yeah, nice. I've been in Orlando since '99. Yo, the Daytona 500 is probably one of the biggest biggest days, almost as big as the Super Bowl down here.
Correct. I mean, and I've been to two of them, and I worked one, and then I was just a guest of another.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I have no problem with that. And Sam, what he does is he checks out his races, and then when he comes on here, he talks about it.
Oh,
I
snap.
I got no problem. One of our episodes before Rob came on was about a month now. Damn, it's been a while. He talks about the F1 races, so he's getting me involved. You know, the more he talks about it, the more I learn about it.
So, so I was lucky enough that when I was the chef at the Daytona 500, I got on the in the back of a F-150, and I did a lap around the course.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So
how fast were you going though?
It was an amazing experience, bro. I was walking to work one day, and one of the guys that worked there, he was like, "Yo, chef," and they all knew, you know, in amazement. Once I saw what NASCAR was, you know, I didn't know anything outside of basketball and baseball. So now I go to NASCAR and I'm working, and you know, I have a pretty high position in the company, and yeah, one of the guys offered to give me a ride, and I was like, "Yep, let me do it right now." I'm in there. It was amazing, bro. You have to go 80 miles an hour just not to fall off the side of the track. Yeah, the track is actually on as it turns. The track is almost like at a 45, maybe even deeper angle, so that the cars don't fly off the track.
Right.
It's crazy. It's amazing, and the technology they have in these race cars, I mean, in those trucks, is bananas. It's got to be beyond whatever we have up in the air.
Oh yeah, you
race
think so?
Cars, no joke. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And, you know, amazing. So I could see how people become fans. You know.
Well, I heard being there live is the best thing.
If Sammy gets like a Earnhardt tattoo on his back, he's taking it too far.
No.
All right.
No, he it's the black dude that he followed. What's his name?
You, bro. You a spick from the Bronx. Don't cross over to NASCAR, bro. You know?
Nah, I don't think he's gonna cross over, but no, I've heard a lot about NASCAR.
Yeah,
I've heard a
nah,
lot. I just never really got into it. But yo, I found the versus lineup. So I just want you. You know what? Win or lose, I'm gonna let you do it. Ready?
Sure.
All right. KRS-One came out with Criminal Minded. That's
Win.
it. Wait, no,
He
say
won.
like it's like. So Kane came out with Rhyming with the Biz.
Yeah.
Remember that
I
song?
mean, he was just trying to capitalize off of business death.
But
That was
remember,
recent.
oh, okay. If you want to go that route, that's cool. But Kane was supposed to come out first, and he was having some technical difficulties in his locker room. I keep saying locker room. Well, it's 21 and up, man. He was having problems in his dressing room. So KRS-One came out, and they were waiting for Kane to come out. So I guess he was supposed to go first. KRS came out and was like, he's scared. He don't want to come out. I was like, oh shit. And then he did Criminal Minded, and then Kane came out. Kane did Rhyming with the Biz. KRS-One did I'm Still Number One. Kane did Enough Respect Due. What do you think? I'm still number one. Enough Respect Due.
Still number one.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, you can't win. Enough Respect Due was a soundtrack song. It was on the Juice album.
Yeah.
So he does Enough Respect Due. KRS-One does MCs like Act Like They Don't Know. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't win against these. Kane came out with Young Gifted and Black. Young Gifted and Black versus MCs Act Like They Don't Know. That's a total loss right there. You know what I mean?
There was no meat to Kane. I mean, he's cool, but I don't think he goes beyond cool. You know what I'm saying?
What's beyond cool, Jay?
I don't know, but like he's cool, but KRS, I mean, it's just there's so much meat to his lyrics, bro.
Yeah. No, and that's the problem. So KRS-One, now he starts to do the doubles. He does the MC.
And yo, how many hits did we not hear from KRS?
Oh, more than what we've heard. There's more hits that we didn't hear.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's more hits we didn't hear.
No, people don't get that. People don't get that. They think, oh, KRS-One, blah, blah. Yo, this dude got like 30 albums, man. And they're not whack. They're not whack albums. That's what people don't get. Kane got like 5 albums. And I say 2 of them was commercial. Like mainstream commercial that we don't even hear about.
That's the difference, I believe, that somebody who really writes from the heart, as opposed to somebody who's writing to capitalize just to fill their pocket.
Oh, okay. If you want to go, I mean, I wouldn't say that about Kane, because I think Kane is, because remember, the one thing Kane got, which I don't know about KRS too much, but Kane wrote for a lot of rappers in the 90s. A lot. He wrote a lot of their lyrics. So you got to keep that in mind. So Young Gifted and Black. So KRS-One comes out with the MC and Out of Here. Remember Out of Here? Oh, it's the kitchen. You got your vents. I see it. I see the kitchen.
Oh snap!
Yeah, bro. You're gonna have to come up with the with a cooking
segment.
Yeah. Do a cooking segment. But yo, but the first one's gotta be vegan though. Okay.
No problem. That's what I do.
But see, that's it right there. That's confidence right there. Yo, we're gonna do this. All right, no problem. You didn't even think about it. Good job, man. I appreciate that. All right, we'll work on that. We'll call that. What can we call that? Post game, right? You eat after you work. So after 21, you play the game. Remember when in St. Dominic's after the basketball game, we have to go run and get the water from the water fountain over there?
Yeah,
fucking line.
Race and like kill each other before.
When it was BDP versus Juice Crew, after the show was over, me and this dude could sit at the bar and drink Heinekens and talk shit and swallow spit.
You know?
Oh my God. Yo, and then, all right, so MC Out of Here. Then Kane comes out with Lean on Me.
Whack.
Well, KRS comes out with Jack of Spades. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're losing, bro. Then Kane came out with Set It Off. KRS comes out with My Philosophy. You know what I'm saying? Yo, then Kane comes out with Mortal Kombat. KRS One comes out with Super Ho and Jimmy. Super Ho and Jimmy.
The Jimmy, the J, the I, the M, the F, the Y. Say Jimmy.
Then Kane comes out with I Get the Job Done. KRS comes out with Part-Time Sucker. Part-Time Sucker. Yo, I'm sorry, man. And then he does a freestyle. Kane does Pimpin' Ain't Easy and brings out Nice and Smooth. That was dope.
All right.
That was dope. That was dope.
Yeah.
I'll give him props for that. Because
So
Nice and Smooth did Dwick.
All right.
Remember that song?
From Nice and Smooth.
It was Nice and Smooth and Gangstar in 92. Remember 92? 1 year later.
1 year
Peace out.
later.
Come here, take me out with the fader.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they did that song, and that was dope. That was dope. But then KRS One comes out with Black Cop. Black Cop, Black Cop. See, that's what I'm saying.
No.
And he brings out Mad Lion. You know Mad Lion, right?
Yeah.
So Nice and Smooth, Mad Lion. I'm taking Mad Lion. Although Nice and Smooth is dope, I'm taking Mad Lion.
All right.
That reggae, you know what I'm saying? So he comes out, Black Cop, same beat, shoot to kill every day. He did that one.
Shoot
And
to
then
kill.
Mad Lion did Take It
yeah.
Easy. All right. It's backwards though, but it's all good.
Is it?
Yeah.
It looks forward on mine.
But yo, just like I said, man, if you send me pictures and stuff, I could throw them on here. You send me some links. You know, like I said, I'm starting to build up now the inside content of the videos with the descriptions and stuff. So if you send me links and stuff, but hey, I have an editing deadline. So if you don't bring it in by that time, I can't help it.
It's that.
But I gotta keep.
If you don't submit it by the time I finish my next bowl of Cheerios,
That's it.
it's not making the cut.
It ain't making the cut.
Right?
Yeah, man. All right, so Kane comes out with Raw. I get Raw. That was your shit, Raw.
Yeah.
And then Kane does a freestyle. And KRS does 2 freestyles and brings out Das Effects. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Das Effects.
You know what I mean? They said when they left Das Effects, they said they're gonna do a verse.
Yo, we'll see y'all for our verses. We'll be back for our verses. Das Effects. Salute.
They're like,
Yeah.
yo, we'll see you guys on our next verses. I was like, what? Who can they go up against?
So who is next? Do you know?
No, I don't. But what I do know is it's gonna be very hard for the next verses to compete with this one. It's gonna be very difficult. So I hope they have a lot of things. I hope it's even more organized than this one was. I know the other ones in the past, I remember Rob brought it up. They wasn't very organized.
All right.
But this one was organized, and hopefully the next one's even better.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
it's like anything else, it gets better.
Yes. Yeah, you got it. I mean, if you don't,
I'm better than that. You know, I'm
yes,
better than when I was 21.
yes, yep, and you'll be better now when you're in your 60s.
All right, 60s.
That's coming up soon, right? 20 years from now,
Right.
what's this? 40, 50, yeah, 66, 20 years from now. You believe that, Jay? In 20 years, we'll be like 66 years old.
It's crazy.
Yo,
I can't even believe I'm a father.
say it again.
I'm still can't even believe I'm a father.
Oh, that's your dad?
Yeah, like, dude, like, when did I grow up?
So, what do you think about being a dad? Like, how did that change you?
Oh, forever. The first day I looked my daughter in her eyes, it was a wrap, bro. My daughter got me wrapped around, my first daughter, you know. It's a special moment. And to be there and to see what my wife went through for delivery, yeah, that's crazy. You know, but the first, you know, I couldn't even believe I was leaving the hospital with a baby. You know, like I felt like I was stealing somebody's baby. Like that's the feeling you have, you know. But
It's like one day there's nothing, and the next day there's a baby.
forever change. You know what I mean?
How old's your daughter
I
now?
don't know if it's because she was a girl was even more special. You know what I mean? But forever change, bro.
Well, it depends on how you want to grow your child. Like if you wanted to play basketball and stuff, I mean, you still can, but if it was a boy, you could do that, the boy stuff.
My daughter's the center. She's number 12.
There you go.
You know what I mean? They're all
Yeah,
in basketball.
just like you, the center.
I was the center till I got to 9th grade. Then I started running into everybody was 6'8" on the team.
Yeah, but
Once we got to high school.
In 9th grade, though, you was at St. Raymond's, right?
That's right.
And for being at St. Raymond's, you're gonna have a bunch of athletes in there.
Oh, I mean, I was scouted to go to St. Raymond's because of my performances on the St. Dominic's freaking court. You know, boom.
Gotta thank George for that, right?
Yeah. You know, he designed Red Dog. You know, he designed those moves around me.
That Red Dog played.
Don't forget that, Rob. Don't forget that, T. I was the franchise player.
You were the Red Dog.
That's right. I was the dog. You know? All right? You better recognize. And get Terrence Griffin on the phone, too. Tell Terrence Griffin I was the franchise player. All right? You guys better recognize. I still got my uniform, bro. I'm gonna wear it the next podcast.
Yo, I got mine too.
All right.
I got mine. I got my St. Dominic's jersey. And my Scanlon. I got my Scanlon warm up and my St. Dominic's jersey.
I went up to New York to clean out the house.
And
I found my Scanlon warm up.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the next time, right? Next week, if you come through, you gotta hang it on the
oh snap.
Hang it behind you.
I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna go pay a one-on-one, come back and have it all sweaty. You know?
Oh man, I gotta get back on the court myself. But yeah, man. The verses was dope. And I'm glad it happened.
It's a lot of fun. It'll keep being fun as long as they keep bringing people who come from the era of like real rap.
Yes.
You know, if it becomes modern, I mean, what they gonna rap around?
Yeah, I had a friend of mine, a good friend of mine from Orlando. You haven't met him yet. You met him the day of the show, but I had just met him around that time, and we were having a conversation about the real reason they did that versus. So in the future, we're going to talk about that because we didn't finish. So I don't want to just say like have a conversation, but I wanted to bring up the fact that there's a behind the scenes, or you want to say a conspiracy situation that happened. The reason why they needed to bring out Kane and KRS for this verses has to do with what's the other rapper, the rapper dude. Yeah. So it was a situation that happened with him that caused that versus situation to happen the way it did. I don't want to get too much into it because I don't know all the information, but I will learn the information and we will talk about it on the show. So, but that was one of the situations why this happened. But like I said, they brought out the Breakers, Rapper Kane.
There's no one more masculine than KRS and the Playboy stud, Big Daddy Kane.
Yep. But he brought out Master Ace, and he brought out Craig G, and they did the symphony. Like I said, the Kane's verse in the symphony, yeah, you know what I mean? You can't beat that.
Yeah, I used to have 2 records of the symphony, and I would just go back and forth.
I miss those days, man. I miss those days. Who was it? Who was at your table when y'all sat at Scanlon? Remember?
It was me, Rob, Barry, I believe it was Deadeye Rob.
Oh, I remember him. That was
I want to say Little John.
That's right. Little John was there.
And Little J. You know,
Yeah, we had a whole St. Dominic crew up in that house, huh?
that's right.
Shit.
I mean, once I got there, I was the missing link. I went to Ravens, and then I went to Scanlon. Then we were complete, like freaking
Yeah.
Voltron. We were like complete, like Voltron.
Oh yeah, man. And then I remember one year, speaking of Maria, it was I
Yeah,
think it was Mario, a senior, right?
that was her
Maria,
cousin.
yeah. Mario was the senior, Maria was the junior, Alexandria was the sophomore, and Erica was the freshman. I remember I used to make jokes about them all the time. But I'm like, yo, wait, I got every family member every year of the school. That's crazy. Remember
Yeah,
that?
their family had it on rap.
Yeah. We had St. Dominic's representative Scanlon, bro. Whew.
You know?
Wow, I didn't know about that. I didn't even think about it like that. I gotta head out, buddy.
All right, bro.
So, but yo, thanks for coming through. You was the only one to come through today. So when you see this one, it's gonna be a lot of me talking in the beginning.
Heard.
And
No
then I end
worries.
it with this.
I want like flames, smoke, you know, like drum roll, please, and then smoke and flames start.
All right, I could do that for you, buddy. I could do that. I could do that. I've learned that way.
Heard.
So thank you so much for coming, man. I appreciate it. And
All right.
I'll see you on the next time. On the next one.
Peace.
All right, bro. Peace. Thank you all very much for watching this episode of 21 and Up. Please like and subscribe. And I'll speak to you guys next week. Peace.